Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get everything they want, while others struggle with the same problems year after year? Here's the brutal truth. Your weaknesses aren't just minor flaws, they're silent destroyers, working against you every single day. Most people think weakness is just a personality trait. Wrong. Weakness is a choice, and every day you choose to stay weak. You're choosing to stay powerless. Machiavelli understood something that modern society tries to hide from you. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. The world doesn't reward good intentions. It rewards strength, strategy, and results. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to identify the weaknesses that are sabotaging your life and eliminate them before they destroy everything you're working for. But first, let me ask you this. What if everything you've been taught about being nice and patient was designed to keep you controllable? Let's get started. Number 1, weakness is programmed. Not natural. Weakness isn't something you're born with. It's something that's carefully installed in your mind from childhood. Think about it. From day one, society teaches you to always say, sorry, even when you're not wrong. Put everyone else's needs before your own. Never stand up for yourself because it's rude. Accept mediocrity because everyone's trying their best. Wait for permission to pursue your dreams. Feel guilty for wanting more than others have. This isn't education, it's programming. And the purpose? To create compliant, predictable people who won't challenge the system. Look at how this programming shows up in your daily life. You check your phone first thing in the morning, letting other people's priorities hijack your thoughts. Before you've even decided what your priorities are for the day, you say yes to commitments you don't want, because saying no feels uncomfortable, even though every yes to something you don't want is a no to something you do want. You downplay your achievements because you don't want others to feel bad, essentially punishing yourself for succeeding. You avoid difficult conversations, letting problems grow bigger instead of dealing with them. When they're small and manageable, Machiavelli once said, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves." You've been trained to be neither. You've been trained to be prey. Every time you avoid confrontation, every time you accept less than you deserve, every time you make excuses for people who don't respect you, you're reinforcing these programs. The most dangerous part? This programming makes you think that choosing yourself is selfish, that having standards is mean, that wanting more is greedy. But the people who taught you these rules don't follow them. The successful people around you didn't get where they are by being endlessly accommodating. The good news? Once you see the programming, you can delete it. Start questioning everything you've been taught about being polite. Ask yourself, is this belief serving my goals, or is it keeping me small? When someone tells you to be realistic, ask yourself, are they protecting you or protecting themselves from your potential success? When someone says you're changing as you grow stronger, recognize that as a compliment, not a criticism. Number 2, weakness equals becoming a target. Let me tell you something that might shock you. In the real world, there are only 2 types of people, those who take what they want and those who get what's left. Your weaknesses aren't just personal flaws. They're giant neon signs telling everyone around you. This person can be manipulated. Think about your workplace. Who gets the promotions? The person who works hardest? Or the person who knows how to position themselves strategically? The person who stays late every night hoping someone notices? Or the person who makes sure their contributions are visible and their value is undeniable? Think about your relationships. Who has more power? The person who cares more? Or the person who's willing to walk away? The person who accepts any treatment because they're afraid of being alone? Or the person who knows their worth and demands it be respected? What happens when you signal weakness? People test your boundaries constantly. They push a little further each time. Seeing how much you'll tolerate, your opinions get dismissed in meetings because people know you won't fight back. Your time gets treated as less valuable than everyone else's because you never protect it. Your goals get mocked or minimized because people know you won't defend them with conviction. The harsh reality? People don't respect what they can easily control. They respect what they cannot. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." This doesn't mean being cruel. It means being someone whose boundaries cannot be crossed without consequences. Being feared doesn't mean people are scared of you. It means they respect your standards and know you'll enforce them. It means they think twice before disrespecting your time. It means they consider your reaction before crossing your boundaries. It means they value your opinion because they know you don't give it lightly. When you display weakness, you're not just hurting yourself. You're training others to treat you poorly. Every time you accept disrespect, you're teaching people that disrespecting you has no cost. Your weakness becomes their opportunity. Your hesitation becomes their advantage. Your fear becomes their power over you. And here's the worst part. Once people learn they can manipulate you, they lose respect for you entirely. Even if they benefit from your weakness, they secretly despise it. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose respect over approval, strength over comfort. Number 3. The comfort trap keeps you weak. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Most people choose the safe path. The predictable path. The path where they don't have to face their fears, and that's exactly why they stay stuck in lives they don't want. Comfort creates weakness because it eliminates the need to grow. When everything is easy, you never develop the muscles you need for life's real challenges. Look around you. How many people do you know who are living the exact same life they were living 5 years ago? Same job, same problems, same excuses, same limitations. That's not an accident. That's comfort. But here's what comfort really costs you. Your potential dies in comfort. Every day you choose the easy path, you're choosing to stay exactly where you are. Your dreams don't die dramatically. They die quietly, one comfortable choice at a time. Your skills deteriorate in comfort. Just like physical muscles, mental muscles need resistance to stay strong. When you avoid challenging situations, you become less capable of handling them. Your confidence shrinks in comfort. Real confidence comes from doing difficult things and succeeding. When you only do easy things, you start doubting your ability to handle anything challenging. Your opportunities disappear in comfort. The best opportunities always come with risk and uncertainty. People who avoid discomfort miss the chances that could transform their lives. Machiavelli once said, "Whoever wishes to foresee the future must consult the past, for human events ever resemble those of preceding times." The pattern is always the same. People who avoid discomfort today create massive pain for themselves tomorrow. The person who avoids difficult conversations ends up in a relationship that slowly destroys their self-respect. The person who avoids career risks ends up watching younger, hungrier people get promoted past them. The person who avoids physical discomfort ends up with a body that can't keep up with their ambitions. The person who avoids emotional discomfort ends up living a life that feels safe, but empty. Every successful person you admire has one thing in common. They learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. They took the phone call that scared them. They had the difficult conversation. They made the move that everyone said was risky. They invested in themselves when they couldn't afford to. They started before they felt ready. While others were choosing comfort, they were choosing growth. The more you embrace discomfort in service of your goals, the more comfortable your life actually becomes, because you develop the confidence and skills to handle whatever life throws at you. I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I embrace discomfort as the price of my evolution. Stop right there. Before you scroll away, let me ask you something that will change how you see the world forever. Do you think being good keeps you safe? Do you believe that kindness protects you? That generosity builds loyalty? If you said yes, you've already made the deadliest mistake in the game of power. A mistake Niccolo Machiavelli warned about 500 years ago, because history is filled with men and women who thought their goodness, their virtue, their honesty would shield them. Instead, it destroyed them. The truth is this: in the brutal arena of human ambition, good people don't finish first. They finish dead. And if you don't understand why, you'll end up the pawn, not the player. So listen carefully, because today I'm going to show you the Machiavellian law that separates the weak from the powerful. And once you see it, you'll never look at goodness the same way again. Let's start with the illusion. Society teaches you that goodness is armor, that if you're honest, generous, and forgiving, people will protect you, respect you, and return your kindness. It sounds beautiful. But Machiavelli saw something darker. He wrote that men are ungrateful, fickle, liars, and deceivers. In other words, they will smile at your generosity, then stab you the moment it benefits them. Think of Caesar, a man loved by the people, merciful to his enemies, but his kindness only fed their envy, and one by one, his friends turned their daggers on him. Or look at modern leaders. Moment they show weakness, the moment. They trust that loyalty will protect them. Rivals, close in like wolves who smell blood. Here's the brutal truth. Kindness is not armor, it's bait. When people see you as too good, they see you as exploitable. They think you won't fight back, that you'll forgive their betrayals, that you'll put their needs above your own, and once they believe that, they will use you until there's nothing left to take. That's why Machiavelli warned rulers never to rely on the loyalty of others. He said it is far better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both, because fear is predictable, love is not. But don't misunderstand. Machiavelli wasn't telling you to become cruel for no reason. He was telling you to become strategic, to stop living in the illusion that goodness alone will save you, and to start using goodness as a mask, not a shield. Think about it. When you appear kind, merciful, generous, people lower their guard. They trust you. They underestimate you, and that's when you strike. This is the Machiavellian secret. True power lies not in being good or evil. It lies in controlling when to appear good and when to unleash ruthlessness. The weak man is good all the time, and so he is crushed. The wise man appears good until the moment power requires otherwise. That's why Machiavelli compared politics to a game of appearances, because perception is stronger than reality. And if you can control how people see you, you can control what they let you do. Number 1. Never rely on gratitude. Machiavelli wrote that people forget favors faster than they forget insults. You can save someone's life today, and tomorrow they'll resent you for reminding them of their weakness. Gratitude fades. Self-interest never does. That's why powerful people don't build empires on thank yous. They build them on leverage, on fear, on systems where betrayal costs more than loyalty. If you rely on someone's gratitude, you're already in danger, because when the scales of benefit tip, they'll abandon you without hesitation. Number 2. Mercy. Without strength is suicide. Many rulers in history thought mercy would make them loved. But mercy, without the power to punish, is seen as weakness. Consider King Henry VI of England. He was kind, merciful, deeply pious, and because of it, his nobles mocked him, his allies deserted him, and his enemies dethroned him. Compare him to Cesare Borgia, Machiavelli's favorite example of ruthless power. Borgia punished betrayal brutally, swiftly, publicly, but once order was established, he ruled with calculated generosity. People feared his wrath, but they also benefited from his stability. Mercy backed by strength creates loyalty. Mercy without strength invites chaos. Number 3. Appear good, but be ready to do evil. This is the heart of Machiavelli's philosophy. A ruler must appear merciful, faithful, humane, honest, and religious. But he must be prepared to act against those very virtues when survival requires it. Because here's the truth. People judge with their eyes, not with their hands. They care more about what you seem to be than what you truly are. If you seem good, they will follow you. If you are ruthless beneath that mask, you will keep power. That's how great leaders survive. Now let's bring this back to you. Maybe you're not a king or a prince, but every day you navigate power struggles at work, in relationships, in business. in friendships. And if you cling to the illusion of goodness, you'll be crushed by those who don't. You'll forgive betrayals that should be punished. You'll trust loyalty that isn't real. You'll sacrifice yourself for people who would never do the same for you. But if you learn to wear the mask of goodness while keeping the dagger of ruthlessness hidden, you become untouchable. People will admire you. They will trust you. They will underestimate you. And when the time comes, you'll strike with precision, winning not just battles, but entire wars before your enemies realize what happened. That is the Machiavellian way, not naive goodness, not mindless cruelty, but the art of appearing virtuous while secretly mastering the dark truths of human nature. So let me ask you again, do you still think being good will save you? Or do you see now why Machiavelli was right? Because the world doesn't reward goodness. It rewards strength, strategy, and control over appearances. And those who master this truth rule over those who don't. Think of your own life. How many times have you been used because you were too nice? How many times have people taken your kindness for granted? How many times have you stayed silent, thinking loyalty or love would protect you, only to be betrayed? That was your warning. That was life showing you the brutal law Machiavelli wrote centuries ago, but you didn't see it until now. From this moment forward, never confuse appearing good with being good. Use goodness as a mask, not as armor, and never rely on gratitude, mercy without strength or blind loyalty. Instead, build leverage, inspire fear where necessary, and always be ready to act against virtue when survival demands it. Because here's the final, Machiavellian secret. Goodness is not power. Control over goodness is power. The man who is always good is predictable, and the predictable man is already defeated. But the man who chooses when to appear good and when to be ruthless, that man cannot be controlled. He controls everyone else. So what will you be? The naive pawn who believes kindness will shield him? Or the strategist, the player, the one who wears the mask of virtue, while quietly holding the power to crush anyone who threatens him? Remember, the world doesn't protect the good. It devours them. But the world bows to those who master the art of appearing good, while secretly mastering the dark. That is Machiavelli's warning. That is his gift. And that is the law of power you can no longer ignore.